boys and girls. For this singing time, you'll need a couple of sticks. So you can use anything that's like a stick, some spoons or pencils or even your fingers. So let's start with the sticks. Let's see if you can find the beat to the song. I want to be a missionary now. I don't want to wait until I'm grown. I want to share the gospel while I'm young, for I have a testimony of my own. Good. Now, do you think you could add your lap in there? It's called a patch. So patch, click, patch, click. Let's try it. I want to be a missionary now. I don't want to wait until I'm grown. Freeze! Are you doing good with the patch, click, patch, click? I want to share the gospel while I'm young, for I have a testimony of my own. Did you see what I did at the end? So kind of a fancy ending, right? Come up here, 2 clicks. For I have a testimony of my own. Can you do that with me? For I have a testimony of my own. Nice. Now, do you think you can think of something to do with the sticks that goes with the word in the song? So like the word now. What can we do for the word now with our sticks? I want to be a missionary now. What do you think? Maybe point to now, right? I want to be a missionary now. Can you remember to do that when we say now? Okay. The next word is grown. What should we do for grown? I want to be a missionary now. I don't want to wait until I'm grown. Did you think of something? What about this? Grown. Right? Because when we grow, we get taller and taller and taller. Let's try. I want to be a missionary now. I don't want to wait until I'm grown. Did you do it? The next one's young. What can we do for young? I want to share the gospel while I'm young. Maybe we do the opposite of grown. Young. Because we're shorter when we're young, right? I want to share the gospel while I'm young. Did you do it? For I have a testimony of my own. What could we do for my own? Maybe point to ourselves. For I have a testimony of my own. I like it. Do you think you could add the clicks? For I have a testimony of my own. For I have a testimony of my own. Click, click. A little tricky. Let's try the whole thing. I want to be a missionary now. I don't want to wait until I'm grown. I want to share the gospel while I'm young, for I have a testimony of my own. Don't forget the ending. Now, even though you're young, you can still share truth that other people might want to hear. Maybe your friends at school, maybe people in your family, and that is being a missionary. Let's try it with the piano. Ready? I want to be a missionary now. I don't want to wait until I'm grown. I want to share the gospel while I'm young, for I have a testimony of my own. Did you get all the parts in there? Let's try it one more time. Here we go. I want to be a missionary now. I don't want to wait until I'm grown. I want to share the gospel while I'm young, for I have a testimony of my own. All right, this next song I'm really excited about because we're going to be learning it in sign language. And Sister McGibbon, who's really great at sign language, has showed me how she would sign this song. There's lots of different ways to do it, but this is what she taught me. So the first thing we need to make sure we know is wow or amazing. Can you do that? So you make your hand round and just like, wow, like you're so amazed, right? And the next thing is this, wonderful. Can you do that with me? 2 hands, up and then down. Wonderful. Wow, amazing, wonderful. You got it? Do it with me. Oh, it is wonderful that he should care for me enough to die for me. So we did he and love or care for. So we're going to go up here like we're pointing to Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ. That he should care for me enough, so much. So we're going to do up here, love, and then so much. Try it all together. Oh, it is wonderful that he should care for me enough to die for me. So for die, it's 1 hand up, 1 hand down, and then you turn it over. Okay? One more time. Oh, it is wonderful that he should care for me enough to die for me. Are you getting it? Back to the ones we know. Wow and wonderful. Oh, it is wonderful. Wonderful again. Wonderful to me. You got it? Let's put it all together. Oh, it is wonderful. Here we go. Oh, it is wonderful that he should care for me enough to die for me. Back here. Oh, it is wonderful, wonderful to me. All right, I'm going to go ahead and show you the verse just for fun because this is new. Look for signs that you recognize. There's probably some that you know, maybe Jesus, maybe love, maybe some other ones, maybe ones we just learned. So look for those. If you want to try to have your hands match mine, that'd be great. But will you make sure and join me on the chorus that we just learned? Okay, here we go. I stand all amazed at the love Jesus offers me, confused at the grace that so fully he proffers me. I tremble to know that for me he was crucified, that for me a sinner he suffered, he bled and died. This is the part you know. Join me. Oh, it is wonderful that he should care for me enough to die for me. Oh, it is wonderful, wonderful to me. Did you get it? Did you stay with me? So our last song today is The Priesthood is Restored. Some of the notes in this song are really long. How many are there? See if you can count them. Long notes, ready? The priesthood is restored. The truth made known to man. Are you counting? That God has spoken to the earth. I think there were probably 3 really long ones. Did you get 3? Now, maybe you were too busy counting, but did you notice that while I was holding out my really long notes, there were some extra notes going on in the piano? Did you hear it? Listen for it this time. Listen for those extra notes while I'm holding my notes out. Here we go. The priesthood is restored. Did you hear it? The truth made known to man, that God has spoken to the earth. His power is here So many extra notes, right? All right, do you think that you can pretend to play a brass instrument during those extra notes that were going on in the accompaniment? Let's try it. So you can pretend to play a trumpet, which is just like this. So you'll be pretending to press down the keys. Or if you want to pretend like you're playing a bigger brass instrument, you can pretend like you're doing the trombone. So you got this part going up and down. So that's kind of fun. So do 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 do, kind of like that for a trumpet, or kind of like this for a trombone. Okay, can you pretend with me? Okay, I'm gonna do the trumpet. What instrument are you choosing? The priesthood is restored. The truth made known to man, that God has spoken to the earth. His power is here Now, a long time ago, trumpets or other brass instruments were used to announce some big news, right? Like dun da da da, something big is happening. So the piano kind of sounds like a trumpet a little bit in this song because we're announcing some really big news. Do you know what the big news is? It's that the priesthood is restored. It was on the earth a long time ago, and then it wasn't on the earth for a really long time. And then they brought it back. Heavenly Father restored it through Joseph Smith so that we have it today. Big news, so exciting, definitely calls for trumpets. Keep pretending with your brass instrument, and this time you might actually hear a brass instrument playing along with us. Okay, get your instrument ready. Thank you for singing with me.